So one of the major challenges we have in the area of forced migration is ensuring that the correct terms are used, but also that we remember and stay mindful of the fact that behind every term there's a real person. So perhaps the best place to start is with the term refugee. This is where a person has applied for asylum and has been granted refugee status. As a result, this means that a national government has acknowledged the fact that they have been forced to leave their country due to a well-founded fear of persecution. A person seeking asylum, therefore, or an asylum seeker, is someone who either has applied for refugee status or is someone who intends to apply. We sometimes hear the term illegal asylum seeker to denote someone who has travelled to a country without permission to claim asylum. It's really important to stress that in international law, people are protected from prosecution for arriving through unofficial means. Therefore, there's no such thing as an illegal asylum seeker or an illegal migrant. And it's for this reason that in policy terms, people tend to use the phrase irregular migrant to denote the fact that they are people traveling without prior authorization. Now, there are some scenarios in which the terms I've discussed so far don't apply. For example, a person can also apply to stay in the UK on human rights grounds. This can include, for example, if there's a war in their country, if they have serious medical needs that can't be met in their country, or if removing them from the UK would violate their human rights. This means that there's no perfect catch-all term that we can use in this context, but in general I tend to use the term forced migrant. It's also worth saying that in Scotland we have the term New Scot, and that's being used by the Scottish Government and others working in the sector as both a catch-all term, but also as a means of highlighting that the Scottish Government's position is one that all forced migrants should be allowed to integrate from the first day of their arrival here.